Hello, and welcome back. Do you guys care that much for the emoting and talking to you thing still? Anyway, hi guys. The moon is now offering new weapons, and by new I mean reissued, but still it's technically new, right? I sound like Bungie. Listen, I know it's not brand new, but I've always wanted a few of these weapons from the moon. I never got my hands on a decent arc logic, and the fusion rifle was always something that I never really cared for. Until now. The Dreaming City was also supposed to have a few weapons come back to life and be reissued, like the auto rifle and sniper, and I've tried to get my hands on them. I've done all my stuff this week on the stories, the blind wells, on all characters, only to find out that the new weapons are bugged and currently impossible to obtain unless you have never received either of those weapons before, in which case you'll get them one time, then you'll be locked out of possibly getting one to drop again. For goodness sake, Bungie, it sucks. I want my Tiger Spike back, and it drops with some pretty decent perks, so when that does come back, get it. I'm sure I'll make a video about it anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, today I'll be showing you two moon weapons to keep an eye out for and to get your hands on. The Arc Logic Auto Rifle and the Dreambreaker Fusion Rifle. Farming either one of these weapons is incredibly easy. Get your butt to the moon and go to the enchantment table. Enchantment table? Hello, this isn't Minecraft. The Lectern of Enchantment, that's the one. Now there are a number of ways to do these efficiently. Firstly, for the auto rifle, it reads to get activities completed, so your best bet for speed is to grind out a couple of heroic public events. I want to say that it takes about 4 to get to 100%, and I know, 4 or even 5 public events. It's a lot, but it's okay. If you're a Titan, just bring a Crown Splitter sword and you're pretty much set for soloing them in about 90 seconds? But also, on top of that, in the area the Anchor of Light, the Scanny Patrol is one of the easiest things you'll ever do. Pick it up and run about 100 yards and complete it. And quite often you'll find that the same Scan Patrol is available again in the exact same spot, so rinse and repeat. You can do about 5 of them before it despawns for a while. Incredibly easy to get done. They're pretty much right next to you half of the time. And one patrol completion counts for about 8%, so yeah, it's pretty easy. It racks up fast. Oh, and also, you need 50 auto rifle kills, although I'm afraid I'm not going to be explaining how to do that part. You're by yourself there. Anyway, onto the perks. Why am I slapping my desk? The role I got was the beautiful pairing of Frenzy and Feeding Frenzy, with Tactical Mag for a bit more in the magazine and Hammerforge rifling, with a Stability Masterwork. Chef's Kiss, this is absolutely perfect for mindless ad clearing, Altar of Sorrows, Strikes, probably Crucible too, although I wouldn't recommend using anything with Frenzy in PvP. The chances of it proccing in time for you to make use of is so slim, it's not worth it, trust me. And no, I don't care if your cousin Larry from Long Island gets Frenzy to proc in Crucible all the time. It ain't realistic and it ain't worth it, okay? Okay. Also, Bungie, you suck for taking away Overflow on this thing. That and Rampage was all I wanted in life. That was one of the main things the gun was known for. Overflow and Rampage. And the community got together and pleaded to Bungie, please, don't take away Overflow.
We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway.
Bah, whatever, I'm over it. Anyway, there is a decent selection of perks for this. Heating up paired with Surrounded or Wellspring. Tunnel vision instead of heating up also, if that's your thing. It's so nice to have this thing reissued and brought up. A 600 RPM auto rifle that shreds and shreds. In higher level content, this would still do well. It will do a damn good job. I quite like the low zoom and rough feeling of the Arc Logic. It really gives that ability to just... Oh yeah, and also a little bit of... So all in all, very bloody good. A yes out of 10 in all respects. Get the auto rifle. Like, now. Or tell me what role you have with yours. Or yell at me if I've said something factually wrong about a perk or something. I don't know. Leave a comment saying peanut butter and I'm sure I'll reply. Moving on. Oh, I hit my desk again. The Fusion. My goodness. Now listen. I have featured Fusion rifles so much on my channel. So if you are sick of them, I just have to say... Shush! I don't care. Listen up. Look, I'm a Fusion Rifle fan, and the moment I saw this thing was able to roll heating up and cornered, I needed it. Right away. And, well, look at me. I'm a YouTuber. A content creator. Take a look at that number. That means I am important. I'm suffering from fame and success so much that I can't even go downstairs without my mother recognizing me. I get the god rolls, because I'm a content creator, and I deserve them. And that's why it took me about 40 tries to get the role I wanted. It's adventure time. Buckle up. You guessed it. We're back at the enchantment The lectern thing. The fusion bounty. You need 15 fusion rifle kills and 30 Vex kills on the moon. Now there are a lot of Vex spawning around patrol areas, so it's not too difficult to get it done. But I needed structure. I needed a way to confidently get the bounty complete, come back here, and if the roll was terrible, I'd get right back to it and keep grinding these out. This is the best I came up with. The Archer's Line. There are 3 spawns of enemies that have a 50-50 chance of being Fallen or Vex, or occasionally Hive when the enemy is moving against each other, which ruins everything, by the way. Here, and here are the spawns, and I decided to dedicate about 4 hours of running back and forth clearing every ad that spawned. If it was Fallen, clear them out of my Mythic class, which I forgot for the first hour that it's a fusion rifle. Dumbass. Anyway, that's for the rolls you can get on the Dreambreaker. This is the sort of thing you want to see on a fusion rifle, even with this being an adaptive frame fusion rifle, and with the Plug 1 beating this thing in terms of consistency. It's not that far off, but we'll get to that part in a minute. We have actual perk synergy, like Heating Up and Cornered, Under Pressure Frenzy. I was focusing on a PvP role more than anything else here, so I couldn't really give you more solid info, anything to do with PvE. Although again, if you get Heating Up and Frenzy, yeah, use that in PvE. All of these perks could still benefit pretty much any activity. Surrounded, Wellspring, Kickstart, Eye of the Storm. The obvious PvP role to look for me initially was Heating Up and Cornered, as it is my go-to for the Plug 1 fusion rifle. But from all of this farming and groaning at all the terrible rolls I was getting, stop giving me lead from gold, I ended up with 2 promising rolls, Heating Up and Cornered with Projection Fuse, unfortunately with a charge time masterwork, which, if you don't already know, not really good on fusions. It lowers the damage. And the other roll is Heating Up and Eye of the Storm, Liquid Coils and Small Bore, and that one has a handling masterwork, so better than charge time. Now listen, I had a plan with this exact fusion rifle in mind. See, in my last video about the Vex Mythic class, I explained that I don't really use or know that many Charge of Light mods or other ways to make the Vex feel more powerful. And thankfully you guys are wonderful and gave me a number of ways in the comment section, ways to improve it. The very first one I saw was, as I'm a Titan, use the Titan Exotic Leg Armor, the Path of Burning Steps, which has, when you get a solar final blow, it grants you bonus weapon damage, so it's basically Rampage. So long as the weapon you're getting kills with is solar, it'll work. So that really helped by itself. And then on top of that, I was told to throw on the Charge of Light mod, Quick Charge, which makes you become Charge of Light when getting kills with fusion rifles. Obviously it's a fusion. And a nice bonus on top of that is increased handling and ready speed on the same mod. So we put that on. Also put on Charged Up to be able to carry 2 charges of light at once. Throw on High Energy Fire to increase our damage even more when charged. And because we're running Middle Tree Arc Titan, we can slide over ammo and activate Inertia's Override, which basically means slide over ammo, it's an instant reload, and another momentary damage increase. I have no idea if any of this even stacks. I'm hoping it does, but you get the idea. The only requirement to properly kick things off is to slide over ammo into a fusion kill, and then mayhem can hopefully begin. My gameplay testing went as follows. Proceed to get 6 in 1 by a Cloud Strike. Whoa! I'm now part of a montage clip! And then start kicking off with this object of potential destruction. I already knew this would be less consistent than the Plug 1, or many other fusions, but my hope was the damage increase would give it a risk-reward factor. It is only a matter of time before some stupid 7th column is hit with this. It just makes so much sense. You really have to break through those initial periods of bursting people and leaving them at a lick of health as you get gunned down. It's frustrating, but like I said, you get that first kill, then you can get the true feel of the potential damage the Dreambreaker can do. I honestly was considering masterworking it and taking the hit on damage in hopes that all the buffs would make up for the lack of damage. I didn't in the end because I really didn't want to ruin the roll and have to spend hours farming again. Honestly though, if you get a Heating Up and Cornered roll, that would be much more of a PvE roll than PvP. In this fusion rifle's case, the last roll I tried in PvP was the other roll I got, Heating Up and Eye of the Storm. Now I never saw Eye of the Storm as a decent perk. I always went with the easier route and just thought of damage perks all the time. I think a lot of people do. But I never truly thought of perks that give consistency as opposed to damage, which really is so much more important in a lot of matches. So this was literally the same experience as before, but now with even more accuracy and stability as my health got lower. And if you're already rushing in there and whooping people's faces, it's almost guaranteed your health is getting lowered by some amount, and it doesn't take a whole lot to trigger Eye of the Storm in the first place. So with this roll, it really showed, and overall felt a lot better than the previous. I would easily recommend Eye of the Storm over Cornered for this particular fusion rifle. Maybe it was only my experience with it, and you guys have had different outcomes. comes. I've already seen the true Vanguard hates this thing, and he usually loves a good fusion rifle. So you see, if it's consistency you're after, go with the plug one, by all means. But with the Dreambreaker, you can run Path of Burning Steps and enjoy Rampage on it. With a faster charge time, I'd only recommend it if you're the type to run into people's spawns with a fusion and play very aggressively. I just knew it. I knew the fusion rifle would get a lot more spotlight time than the auto rifle. If you guys also want to see me use the Arc Logic in Crucible 2, then let me know. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying different formats of videos lately, so I appreciate all of you who have stayed up to this point in the video. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. And that's 2 moon weapons I would recommend a grind for. I haven't even farmed for the hand cannon yet, nor any other moon weapon. These were the first 2 that grabbed my attention, and this video is a result of that. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new around here if you haven't already. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, take care.